How do you feel when you have to wait for something that you really want? What if it is something that you couldn't live without? My grandma was only 34 when she found out that she needed to have a kidney transplant. She had a really bad case of diabetes, which gained a little bit of ground on her body every day. She had to wait 3 to 4 months before she got a donor. She was lucky to get a donor that fast, or even one at all. Over the past years, and throughout the years of growing up, I have experienced friends, family, and close ones suffer from an organ failure. Seeing these effects firsthand has opened my eyes in so many ways. Throughout this speech, I will provide information about why we need more organ donors, how you can become an organ donor, and the steps that are being taken to solve this shortage. First, let's examine the urgent need for organ donors. Why should you sign up to be an organ donor? Well, according to top 5 reasons to become an organ donor from Nebraska Medicine, there are many reasons to become an organ donor. Organ donation is an opportunity to help others and make new friends. People who are on an organ waiting list typically have end-stage organ disease that significantly impacts their quality of life, and even though they might be near the end of their life. Receiving an organ can become a life-changing event for these people. They also go on to list that the organ waiting list continues to grow. Every day, there are nearly 124,000 people on the waiting list for an organ, and approximately 10 additional people are added each day. If we don't have enough donors, people will die sitting on the waiting list. Another reason is that one organ donor can save multiple people. One organ donor has the potential to save 8 lives, save or improve as many as 60 lives, and enhance the eyesight of 2. Based on these claims, there are multiple positive reasons to become an organ donor, and I didn't even get close to listing them all. According to the Iowa Statewide Organ Procurement Organization, there is a need for many different organs and tissues such as kidneys, livers, hearts, lungs, corneas, pancreases, skin, bone, heart valves, and blood vessels, and etc. 11,000 people are dying because they are not getting these organs, which is also 30 people a day. Let that number sink in as I tell you how you can make a difference. Now that I have explained to you reasons to become a donor, you may be wondering, how can I become one? Well, let me tell you. This is how you can take the next step in registering as a donor. Talk to your family. This is a life-changing decision to make, so make sure to tell everyone about it. Your family members are the ones who are going to be involved with the donation arrangements when you die. They need to know your wishes so they can make sure they can carry them out. Your driver's license should be marked with a heart that says organ donor. Check your state because each one varies. And I brought my driver's license as an example. I have the little organ donor heart in the corner of mine. You will need to fill out and carry a signed uniform donor card. This can be done at the DMV. These donor cards can tell a medical personnel what organs you want to donate when you die. Even if you don't sign or keep a donor card, you can still donate when you die. This goes back to the part about talking with your family. If you tell them you want your organs donated, they can give that information to the personnel and they can still carry out your wish. How are living donor outcomes compared to deceased ones? Well, according to Liver Transplants Living versus Deceased Donors magazine by Jacob Amy, to compare outcomes of transplants from living and deceased liver donors, researchers analyzed national transplant data from the Organ Procurement and Transplant Network for organ sharing between 1999 and 2012. They found that a 3-year adjustment graft survival from living donor liver transplants increased from 63.4% in 1999 to 82.2% in 2008. David Goldberg, a medical director of a living donor liver transplantation, commented, as a community, we should consider the increase of living donor liver transplantations to help bridge the organ supply demand gap, as long as it can be done without compromising donor safety. Recent AASLD guidelines for transplantation suggest that living donor transplantation is controversial. Based on this magazine, we know that both living and deceased donors are still donors, making them similar. We know that our organs are still good to donate when we are alive, but also taken when you die. If we can increase the deceased rate, we can also increase the living rate. Now that we have talked about how you can become a donor, let's examine the solutions being made from the lack of them. There is a solution to the problem and causes that I have discussed. Talk to your friends and family about organ donation. The main reason why people do not donate their organs is because they don't know much about it. So, what is a step that the United States has taken to help address the organ shortage? Well, according to Deceased Organ Donation for Transplantation Challenges and Opportunities World Journal by Rafael Granados states that the Organ Donation Breakthrough Collaborative funded by the Division of Transplantation in the Health Resource and Service Administration was launched in September of 2003 with the intent of increasing the number of organs available for transplant. The goal was to achieve a donor rate of 75% or higher across the country. Since then, more than 180 hospitals have met or exceeded this goal. The article also states that another goal proposed in this was to increase the number of organ transplants per donor. Based on this report, they emphasized that the current system of organ donation could be greatly improved, and offer a number of specific recommendations to help increase the supply of transplantable organs. After reviewing all of this evidence, it still seems that there is a lack of organ donations. However, there are many steps being taken to help solve this problem, and you alone can make a difference. Throughout the duration of this speech, I have discussed why we need more organ donors, how you can become an organ donor, and the steps that are being taken to solve the shortage. I would like you all to strongly think about these instances would play out in your own life and how you would handle them. If you're thinking about becoming a donor, hopefully you will find the process to be important, easy, and life-changing. Me and my family are all organ donors. We found this decision very important, easy for us to register, and life-changing for not only us, but others as well.